Time to talk some football. Good morning, folks. She's a cool one in Saskatchewan, and it's game day. Saskatchewan Roughriders are taking on the Calgary Stampeders in McMahon Stadium. Sold out, sold out. I'll bet you there'll be a lot of green in that stadium, though. I'm not too worried about crowd noise. I'll bet you that a quarter of them are Rider fans. I'm hoping so anyway. Keep that crowd noise down, and we'll have a hell of a game. Supposed to be good weather, and not too hot, not too windy. The weather's not going to play much of a factor in this game. But she's a battle of the two best defenses in the league so far anyway. Least amount of points scored. Calgary's actually got better stats than the Riders. And last game, man oh man, Calgary came on big on us, boy, big. They destroyed our offense, really. I think we only got about 16 yards rushing. That'll never do for this game. If we expect to win this game, we got to rack up at least 80-85 yards rushing somehow. And plus they got Calgary got 3 sacks on us too. It was a dominating performance by Calgary defense last time we played them. They are missing one guy that I noted, Green. He's their leading interceptor on defense, and our defense is well missing Weeb, and they put Runge in. 2 games in a row with minimal changes for the Riders. Ryder, come on, buddy. Ryder. Calgary's got a few changes in their lineup. That Alford's back. And the rookie has really been shining for the Stampeders so far this year. They're missing Dominic Rhymes and plus Tevin Jones as receivers, so that should help us out. Other than that, I didn't see too many more changes for the Calgary Stampeders. They've got a formidable defense, that's for sure. They got a really good front four. That Hutchings is their leading sack guy. And they sacked us 3 times, and they still got Brown, a guy that we had for 3 years, and he got a rotten deal figuring he was a dirty player, but I thought those were, he got marked with the wrong brush there. He's a really decent guy in a nose tackle, big time. I liked him when we had him. And they got out of Ormelade, and they got that young guy Hicks, a really decent front four. And of course they got Moncrief. He'll be hungry to play up against his old squad. That's where I think they're actually the weakest, is at linebacker. I think it's Roberts is one of their leading tacklers, but he's on the left side. But they play tights or tets, and tights in the middle there that we used to have. I didn't think he was that good a linebacker to be playing middle linebacker. I think every time they see him in the middle linebacker spot, they should abuse it as much as possible. Try to run something right up the gut at him, get to the secondary, or just throw some passes in that area. Like, I don't think he's that good of a middle linebacker, and we should be able to exploit that. We're gonna have to get more than 16 yards rushing, that's for damn sure. Otherwise we'll be the same position as last game, losing. You know, you got to control that ball, and that's one of the main ways to control it, is running the ball. And Will should be able to shut down Mills. That's another big task. He's really had some big games this year with a lot of touchdowns. You know, hopefully they don't get in the end zone. You know, like it's two games in a row now. The Riders haven't allowed anybody in the end zone. It's unreal. Make it 3 would really make the old Rough Rider guy here smile. But if we can stop Mills, they're gonna have to go rely on the 3 receivers they've got left, that the starters, that Philpott, and that Brooks has been playing pretty good for him, and Barnes. Have to watch out for them. They're missing Stearns, and they're missing both Jones there, like I said before, and Dominic Grimes, 2 big targets for them. Especially Jones, he's come on and played pretty good for them. You know, even the deep ball's been working for Jones. But I think I say the secret is stop Mills and then force Adams into the air. We did pick him off a couple times last game. We played him, I believe, and that's, I think, the key to the game is that turning the ball over. You know, like get a couple picks from him. Like they seem to be 2 different clubs, with Adams and without Adams. That's for sure. Like they lost their game when Adams was out, and he's back in playing pretty damn good. I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a tight game, and tight games lots of times comes down to special teams, and we all know that we're struggling there right now. Hopefully this is the game Lawler puts her back together and is consistent with the field goal kicking, and we need coach to nail some punts too, because they got a decent punter over there too. We got to click on special teams, and our coverage seems to be pretty good, but like I said, hopefully we can put those balls through the upright this game when we need them. You know, it's scary. I close my eyes every time we're lined up for a field goal. Yeah, boy, I hope it doesn't come down to that. They've gotten a new guy in there. The Riders picked up a guy, another field goal kicker, so Lothar knows there's somebody waiting in the wings now. Maybe that will inspire him. I don't know if it's in his head or it's in the physics. I have no idea, but somehow he's gonna have to turn it around. This should be an exciting game. I'm sure it's gonna come down to that last 3 minutes of the game, and boy, I don't know. It's a big win if we get it, a big win, but it's a big ask. You know, like our offense is just gonna have to play a little bit better. You know, like we held them to, I think, only held them pretty good, but we just didn't score enough points last game and to win anything. That's going to be the secret: get in that end zone a few times and kick a few field goals and stay on the field with offense as long as we can. The other games this week so far, Winnipeg Montreal game, that new starter for Montreal, he actually didn't play too bad. It wasn't his fault. You know, the first touchdown Winnipeg got, and what pissed me off, was that pass, roughing the passer on Collaros down by the end zone. They had him stopped for what was looking like a field goal, and lineman pushes him a bit, maybe a suspect a little late, but definitely not a big hit by any means. Pushes him down, Collaros goes down like he's been shot again, and out goes the flag for roughing the passer. A new 1st and 10 right at the goal line. I hate those cheap roughing the passer calls and pass interference calls. That was one of them. I don't know. In that game, I have no idea why after they lost Dansendensky and Stearns that they didn't go and put a spy on Oliveira. Like, why Sankey wasn't just in his hip pocket, even if he wasn't running the ball, just go over to him, and he was using them as a dump pass. Collaros was dumping the ball to him all over the place, and they're picking up first downs, and Sankey nowhere to be seen. One time at the end zone, like, I couldn't believe the handoff to Oliveira. Sankey's on the other side of the field. Like, I would have had my middle linebacker glued to him. You know, worried about they were beating them with one guy, basically, because they had lost the two receivers. And the Edmonton Red Block game was a pretty good game. I thought Edmonton would dominate that one way more than they did. Like, on the third quarter, I thought, oh boy, Edmonton's defense is falling apart here, and Ottawa is catching up. Like, that Crum, he really didn't play that bad either, especially in that third quarter. Like I said, he was hitting his targets, and they were starting to move in and get the game a lot closer. But it ended up closer than I thought it would be anyway. But Cody didn't look too bad, but like, it was a good game though. There though, same thing, you know, different quarterback in for them, and a lot of quarterbacks out this season. That's going to be the main thing, is we can keep Harris standing upright all season. We got a chance. We'll see how they do today anyway. Can't wait for that first snap. Should be a hell of a football game. I'll talk to you all after the game the next day. Hopefully we're doing a happy dance, not the wah-wah, and we can talk about a victory. Either way, you know, it's not the end of the world if we do lose, but man, this is like a 4-point game. This is your closest rival right now in the Western Division, and it'd be nice to put another couple points in between us and them, because we got a lot of big games still coming up, a back-to-back with Winnipeg. You know, we need this one. Need this one to be really nice. It'd be really good to be doing that happy dance again, for sure. Well, we'll see you after the game tomorrow. And what do you think our best odds of winning is? What do we got to do to win this game? You know, what do we got to do? Anyway, that's what I think, and thanks for watching my video, and we'll talk to you after the game. Go Riders, go. Let's stomp them stamps.